Sorry guys, I had to mute that. I couldn't find which screen it was on. Too many screens. Too many screens. Good morning, guys. Good morning. It is I again, the Crypto Otaku, your crypto crusader, here again, bringing you the crypto, the chaos, and the news. Oh my God, guys. Crazy times we're living in. The EU just cut. They're cutting right now. Actually, they're actually on Bloomberg right now. It's the main reason why I had to step away from this. But yeah, they're live right now. Oh no! But they already just announced, yeah, another rate cut. I think it was a 50-point rate cut, something like that. We'll get into the deets. But of course, good morning to you guys. Clifford Bushman in the house. Overcome. Yo, what is up, Overcome? Milk Money, good morning. Happy Thursday. That's right. Happy Thursday, everyone. Happy Thursday. Look at that dog. It's just isn't that cute dog? Friggin' happy Thursday, guys. Happy Thursday. Oh my God, it looks like he's next to a pumpkin or something. All right, so let's get into it, guys. Let's get into it. Pumpkin Thursday. Not a big fan of pumpkin, actually, but yeah, let's see what's going on with Bitcoin. Bitcoin's sitting at 105.8 on the news, rallying all the way to the top of our baseline target. And you guys know I'm tired of winning. Yeah, every day. It's a different day. But you know what? Same winning. I'm so tired of it. Why can't we just stop winning? Why can't we stop? Oh, sorry. Having a mental breakdown. Yeah, I'm tired of winning, guys. I'm so tired of winning. I want to be waking up. I want to be surprised. I love spontaneity. That's what I'm all about. That's actually why I do crypto chaos. That's why I do chaos magic, because I love bringing chaos to my life in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, it's crazy. This is nuts. And I said last night, I said, baseline bear target, that's kind of where I'm feeling. Would not be surprised if we hit right down the middle, and here we are, right down the middle. Yeah, rising on the news of the EU cutting rates as we speak. And they're speaking right now. Let's get to it, guys. Let's do it. Before I get back into that, though, let her talk again. God, it's cringe. But yeah, I want to catch up with the rest of you guys in the chat. Crypto JPEG also here this morning. Good morning, Otaku. Bring us the chaos. This is what I'm doing. That's my expertise. Yeah, good morning, Otaku. Market looking good for those who saved dry powder. Salute. Yes, salute my guys. Salute. Tola. Thank you, Tola, in the chat. Oh, gotta get some of that coffee, guys. I'm gonna wake up on the right side of the bed. Okay. On the right foot. Okay. Okay. Ready to go. Drinking some of that chaos coffee. Okay, let's go, guys. Let's go. What are they talking about? Let's just dive right into it.
Some people suggest that the disclosure that you considered leaving the ECB early could undermine your ability to do your job properly, as you might be seen as a lame duck. What would be your response to those
She's
concerns?
not going anywhere. She already said that. Just like Powell.
Thank you for your two questions. On the first one, the reason I used the direction of travel concept was when we were really at a distance from our medium-term 2% target. So to talk about the direction of travel, when we have our medium-term 2% target in sight, sustainably so, when underlying inflation is not budging. So for those in doubt, headline inflation in 2026 is clearly oil and gas and the value of the euro, which we assess at the time when we cut off the period when we do our when staff does its assessment. And underlying inflation, core inflation, this is hardly moving, and it's at around our target. So there's no point talking about the direction of travel. There's no point talking about sideways. What I'm saying is that we will be determined to deliver that 2% medium-term target. We will be looking at all data that come in. We will be deciding meeting by meeting, and we will constantly assess and reassess how we are delivering on this 2% medium-term target. As to your second question, I will repeat what I have said. I have always been driven by my mandate, and I'm determined to complete my term. Period.
She's the female Powell.
And the next question goes to Isabella Bufacchi of Il Sole 24 Ore. Isabella, please. Thank you for the opportunity. I have two questions. One is on APP and PEP, in the sense that the ECB no longer reinvests the principal payments of these portfolios. Would the Governing Council have to put on hold quantitative tightening if it were to decide for a pause in interest rate cuts? Even if these no longer investments have a very small impact, keeping interest rates unchanged during QT is somehow a restrictive stance, as the ECB is draining liquidity. And my second question is on the role of the euro. The governor of the Bank of Italy, Fabio Panetta, warned in his speech on the 30th of May, in his concluding remarks, that the recent US depreciation raised important questions about the future structure of the international monetary system and the dominant role of the US dollar as both a reserve and a trade invoicing currency. I would be very interested to know your opinion, given your vast and very important special experience in the United States. What do you think is happening now with the dollar, and also what could be the implications for us?
This is my kind of question.
The euro and hopefully also euro-denominated safe assets.
Thank you, Danny DeVito's sister, for the best question ever.
That's like 4 questions in 2.
But the last one only, the last
So
one.
on your first question, while I appreciate that some of you would like to hear me talk about pause, hold, or
I'm
whatever,
not talking about tightening,
I just can repeat myself that we are currently well positioned to navigate the uncertainties of the next months.
Good luck.
And I think the risk of inconsistency anyway is not, the risk of inconsistency of QT associated with interest rate policy, which is our main tool, is probably less critical in the event that I'm not confirming here now, of a pause, than it is in the event of a cut. So I don't see that, but neither do I say anything about future decisions, which would only be predicated on major shocks that we are not seeing at the moment. Now, on the role of the euro, I highly regard the speech that was given by my colleague and friend, Governor
Rolling out
Panetta.
CBDC. We
Gentile
know.
Governatore, right? And I happen to be very much on the same page as he is. I gave a speech in Berlin about 10 days ago now at the Hertie School of the Jacques Delors Institute, in which I tried to identify the key pillars that would need to be consolidated and further developed if the euro was to play a critical role as an international reserve currency. And my conclusion is that there is an opportunity that is opening now in order to strengthen the role of the euro as an international currency, as to take it further towards possibly the international reserve currency of choice. But my conclusion is that it is not going to be granted to us. It should not be taken as a given, and it will require in particular that member states, the Commission, the European Council make very substantive decisions that will have to do with consolidating the economic and geopolitical role of Europe, that will simplify, streamline, and develop the role of the capital market union in particular, the saving and investment union, if you will, but particularly the capital market union. And we'll have to continue to sustain the effort of making Europe a place where the rule of law is respected, where a contract is a contract, so that there is certainty on the part of the investors, of the economic actors, that Europe is actually a reliable place of business. So I think it's not a question that can be responded in yes or no. It's a fairly
Get to the good question.
thorough and deep debate that we have touched on during the Governing Council meeting in the last 2 days,
You guys in the chat.
where we strongly feel that we have done our part, will continue to do our part, but we also strongly advocate in the monetary policy statement the role that authorities have to play if we want to develop in that direction, which is a window of opportunity. Now.
Yes.
And now
get to
Andres
it.
Strumpf of Expansion. Andres, please.
You're gonna skip the question? What?
Good afternoon, Madam President. I
The Fed-
noticed you're wearing the in-charge necklace. If I see correctly, I suppose it was intentional today. But going
Didn't
to
talk
Just
about
in
it.
case of doubt, you know.
yeah, but going to my
reserve
question,
currency.
So with 1.6% inflation projected by next year under your baseline scenario, won't it warrant more rate cuts for itself regarding of it coming from the euro and the energy? And regardless,
I'm gonna take a break real quick because there's no question on the reserve currency again. I'm really disappointed that she did not. She just skipped right over that. Getting back in the chat, guys. OG Boban, yo Otaku, how's it going? The rest of you, herb, free the herb. Oh my God, what the hell? OG Boban, you're crazy. Cody Bakula, no, I missed the intro. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to stop and rewind or something. FVEU says OG Boban and Clifford Bushman saying I either need a translator or that was lots of spoken words saying nothing. That's what they're experts at, guys. They are politicians, right? And we need a question again about the world reserve currency.
We released our report. I think that it was almost 1 year ago. And now the antitrust authorities in Spain, they have given their opinion and the remedies that they have imposed for the deal. And now, according to the Spanish law, the government has the possibility to analyze the conditions imposed and, according to the general interest, to modify these conditions. As you can imagine, we can wait. We should wait until we have, a definitive opinion from the Spanish
Dollar's
government.
falling on this,
Otherwise,
though.
what we could be making is a sort of a speculation that I think that it doesn't
It's
make
beautiful.
much sense in this moment of time.
Thank you, Vice President. And on your first question, I just want to remind you that our forecast is 2% inflation in 25, 1.6 in 26, 2% in 27. And our core inflation is even more stable than that. It's 2.4 in 25, 1.9 26, 1.9 27. Now, of course, you think, 1.6 in 26. That's exactly part of the assessment that has been produced by staff. And if you look at what other institutions have forecasted, it's at the very low end of the range for 2027. And that's also because they take into account most recent data available, not including Q1, because I think Q1 will give us some surprises. But if you compare headline inflation and core inflation, you can see exactly where the difference lies. And that is energy prices and the value of the euro. We also have inflation, both headline and core, returning to 2%, 1.9% for core in 2027. And the cuts of today, the 25 basis points cut, is deliberately taking care of that inflation path. So we are confident of the analysis of our staff on that basis. And as I said, we will do what is necessary in order to make sure that inflation stays at our 2% targets. Monetary policy will be appropriately determined on that basis. But as I said, we are very well positioned.
Talk about the
And
world
the last
reserve
question
currency.
goes to Chelsea Delaunay of the Wall Street Journal. Chelsea, please. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm also going to ask about inflation. I mean, the narrative of the past several post-pandemic years is higher for longer, structurally higher inflation for all of these different reasons. And looking both at the core and the headline forecast and your expectation potentially for a structurally stronger euro, is that still the expectation, higher for longer for inflation and for rates? And then my second question is also about the euro. Whenever the euro goes up, people worry about how that's going to impact exporters and some of these export-dependent economies. And I'm curious if you think the Eurozone is strong enough now for a strong euro.
Is the Eurozone strong enough for a strong euro? That's your bottom line question of your second question, right? Well, you know, when I look around and reflect on the work that we have done in the last 6 years, we have a very solid labor market. Labor market where participation has, including most recently, increased, where we have been at rock bottom unemployment rate ever since the euro was created. The fears of recession that abonded only about a year ago have not materialized. We are forecasting 0.9, 1.1, 1.3 with very limited revision to growth. The output gap closes at the end of our projection horizon. Wages have increased over the course of those years, particularly with a view to catching up with the lost purchasing power that citizens had suffered as a result of inflation. But it is now decelerating just in...
I gotta put Grandma on hold. We got a super chat in from Andy Bobandy. How's it going, Andy, this morning? Andy and Minnie, how's it going? How's it going? Hey, Otaku, let's go. See you tonight on the open mic. 10 drinks minimum. That's tomorrow. That's tomorrow, Andy, on Friday night, open mic nights. But yeah, definitely we'll see you there. And I've got a whole bottle still from last Friday to go through. So definitely looking forward to it, my guy. Definitely. All right. Let's get back into it.
Delivering on that front. I would add, as I did in response to one of your colleagues earlier, that more needs to be done. And what we have seen, the Vice President and I, when participating in the finance ministers' meetings in Brussels, whether it's ECOFIN or Eurogroup, or on the occasion of Pascal Donoghue, the President of the Eurogroup, when he had dinner with us a couple of nights ago, we perceive a serious momentum to improve, to change, to simplify, to streamline, and to encourage and lock in, well, not lock in, but welcome capital into Europe. And we are seeing it. You know, the reverse Yankee bonds, significant increase that we have seen in the last few weeks is a clear indication that there is trust in our system. The capital flow that we are seeing as well, whether it is, European investment returning to Europe or a bit of non-European investment coming to Europe, all that is an indication that at least market forces, investors, those who move real money around, actually see value and have confidence in Europe. So that would be my answer to you, to your second question. I'm not sure what you meant by higher for longer, because I think I have gone out of my way to say that we are in a good place and we are well positioned now, and that we will be assessing meeting by meeting on the basis of data what, if any, needs to be done in terms of appropriate monetary policy to return us to the 2% medium-term target. So I think that really sort of brings together the discussions that we've had over the last 2 days. And with that, I wish you a happy day.
Oh, come on.
For those of you who live early. And see you
soon. It is a happy day, though.
The next press conference is on
the dollar is under.
So up until then,
oh, getting so close to dropping under 98.
All right, that was EC President Christine Lagarde speaking in Frankfurt as the central bank cuts rates for the 8th time this year.
That's right, the 8th time this year, guys. All right, let's take a moment. We listened to Grandma all morning. I want to, of course, get back in the chat. So let's get back in the chat real quick. Let me throw this back on live. There we go. Make sure we don't miss something there. All right, there we go. Oh my gosh, guys, I got so much to catch up with you guys. Letting Grandma talk too much. Drinking too much eggnog this morning. Let's see. FDEU says OG Bowman. Yes. Cody Bakula. He missed the intro. I'm sorry, my guy. I'm sorry. Clifford Bushman says, I either need a translator or that was a lot of spoken words saying nothing. Yes. Earlier. Yeah, that question where she answered, she was asked 4 things. And the last question she was asked towards the end of that was, how do you think, how can you navigate pretty much the uncertainty right now? And what is the future of the world reserve currency? And skip right over that. Skip right over that damn question. I'm just like, oh, that was the only thing I wanted to know from that woman. OG Boban says, politics. Poly is mean, many. Mene in Greek, I don't know what that means. And ticks is ticks. Many ticks. Many ticks. Oh my god. Okay. Crypto Otaku is my translator. Yes, Clifford Bushman. I try my best. It's hard to speak bullshit, right? It's hard to translate bullshit. All right. And then, yes, not many, I mean the world, what the, yes, yeah, many, I gotcha. I know what you meant, OG, I know what you meant. 30 seconds into first coffee. Guys, I'm already halfway done with both my coffees. Damn it. That was, I needed it. I needed to get through that. Looks like she's done dental work in Miami. Also her tan, too. Her tan, look at her tan. It's also tanning in Miami, too. All right. What else we got here? Of course, Andy coming in with that $20 euro or pound, $20 pound super chat. Thanks again, Andy. Thanks again. And of course, I will catch you on the open mics on Friday, guys. If you're not participating over there with Crypto Futures and their Patreon, their community is awesome over there. I do like to participate with them and their open mic sessions on Friday. I love to hear what you guys have to say. I love to hear what you guys have to say in the chat, but it's a totally different animal when you're also behind the mic as well. And I'd love to incorporate something like that on the channel one of these days, man. One of these days when we get big enough. Braveheart McFreedom says, do I see rate cuts on the screen? Could it be elusive? QE. Good morning, Otaku FM. Yes, Braveheart McFreedom. EU is quantitative easing, going into quantitative easing extreme. I mean, they're on their 8th rate cut this year. And, yeah, we haven't done shit yet in America this year. silly nonsense. Clifford Bushman coming in with a $20 super chat as well. LOL, I've been a day ahead, too. Just before midnight, my eldest let me know it was still Wednesday. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's Thursday today. That's right. So, yeah, we are almost there, guys. Almost there. We are on Friday Eve. Friday Eve for everyone. Ready for Friday. I'm ready for Friday. Are you guys ready for Friday? God, I'm getting closer and closer to my trip, guys. I am just going to give you a heads up. I am going to be leaving the studio for a little bit. I'm going to be on the road for about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. I haven't decided yet. Yeah, I'll be bringing the chaos across country back to New York, a little bit of Pennsylvania, a little bit of Ohio, and where else am I going to go through? Indiana. I might go through Michigan. I don't know. It's a crazy trip I'm doing. Back to finish up some stuff, some ties, some loose ends with some friends and family back home. Okay, so what else we got? Pump those rookie numbers up. That's right, and that's right. That's guys. I gotta show harder. That's right. I gotta show harder. Please like, subscribe, do all the things down below in the chat. I would appreciate that. I'm getting so close to 700, and of course the 1,000 target where I unlock all my superpowers for you guys to to have more fun with on YouTube. All right. Getting back into it, guys. I'm going to bring in the chaos. Chatty C, yes, bringing on more chaos. Here we freaking go. Here we go. Let's see what else the talking heads are talking about this morning. A lot of Elon and Trump talks this morning before the EU cut rates.
The CBO. Now, they may be lowballing the deficits we get from this tax bill, but the market seems so sanguine, right? Rates have come down. 435 on the 10 years, a long way off from the danger zone.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think we're for the rates as we're looking for 4.5 as the level where that could become a risk to the equity market. That's where you typically see correlations between yields and equity prices turn negative. We're far off the danger zone there. I think the tax bill is the next thing that the market's been thinking about, but we still have a lot of negotiation to go around that.
Is the stock market thinking about what's going on with the tax bill? It feels like it's being very clearly expressed on and off in the rates market. But when it comes to the stock market, I feel like it's a much less clean sort of correlation there.
Absolutely. I think it's a much less clean story, but there's still so much negotiation to go on there. We don't know what the final version of that is going to look like. But from our perspective, we're looking for policy to become more beneficial for the equity market in the back half of the year. We're looking for potential benefit from the tax bill. We're looking for more benefits from deregulation. Maybe the M&A market starts to pick back up around that.
All right. I'm gonna cut all this rhetoric. It's all nonsense. Dixie's going down. Risk on assets are gonna go up, and yeah, it's gonna be a good week, guys. All right. We're gonna cut the BS there. Let's dive into some of the headlines today and see what else is going on in the news. CNBC covering anything breaking this morning. MongoDB jumps 15% after company boosts guidance on sites and confidence in cloud-based database services. Okay, whatever. Trump holds call with Xi. Chinese media says. See, this is what we're talking about all week, guys. We're waiting for this phone call. Looks like it's happening today. Or it already happened yesterday. We were talking about it happening on Wednesday, so we would not be surprised it already happened. President Trump held a phone call with President Xi Jinping. Chinese media outlet Xinhua reported on Thursday. Don't forget, guys, it is Thursday. I love that dog, man. I'm a sucker for dogs. I love pups. The call was initiated by Trump's Beijing Ministry in Foreign Affairs, said that in subsequent statement, the White House did not immediately respond to CNBC's first request to comment on the report. Stocks opened higher Thursday morning. An investor hoped that the Trump-Xi call would break the current stalemate in the trade talk. Trump has reportedly been eager to speak with Xi, and strained relations between the two countries frayed further in the past week. While Washington and Beijing temporarily lowered tariffs on each other's goods following the constructive talks in Switzerland last month, the tentative agreement has since come under threat. The Trump administration has publicly accused Beijing of slow-walking its pledge to approve the export of more critical minerals as a result of negotiations in Geneva. China, meanwhile, has expressed deep frustration with the recent decision to impose new restrictions on Chinese student visas. It also has accused the Trump administration of undermining recent trade progress by issuing an industry warning against the using Chinese semiconductors. The Trump administration has also imposed additional export restrictions on chips. The White House claims that the actions are required to protect national security. The Beijing reviews them as punitive. Thursday. I can't stop, won't stop. Conversation has only the second time this year that the two leaders have held a one-on-one call. Trump and Xi previously spoke on January 17th. Prior to the U.S. president's inauguration. Ahead of the latest call, Trump praised Xi in a social media post and said that he betrayed his frustration. I like President Xi of China. I always have and always will, but he's very tough and extremely hard to make a deal with, Trump wrote on Wednesday morning. Of course, complimenting a little bit of both. Letting out some frustration, but also kind of complimenting Xi in my opinion. China has been a prime target of Trump's efforts to wield steep unilateral tariff for started goal of recalibrating America's trade relationship with the rest of the world. Trump had reached a blanketed tariff on China imports up to 145% in April, and has even seen a temporarily lowered duties on the other countries to 10%. Beijing hiked tariffs on U.S. goods to 125% in retaliation. The tariffs effectively led to an embargo between the two economic superpowers, whose relationships totaled nearly $600 billion in 2024. I don't know if you guys noticed, but everything on Amazon has gone up. Everything, and it used to be some items you used to be able to find cheaper than some stores, but mostly everything is now more expensive on China. I mean China, on Amazon directly. All right. So that's what's going on with Trump and Xi. Nothing really too crazy yet. Nothing too crazy. All right, let's see what else we got over here on Bloomberg. What are they talking about this morning? Bloomberg Tech. This is just an ad. What is this?
Products, and hence we will need more people, at least in the near term.
Joining us now is Bloomberg Intelligence Global Head of Tech Research, Mandeep Singh. And Mandeep, it does look like
Mandeep,
we're going to need a lot more engineers, even with AI. We won't need as many private equity fund managers, apparently.
According to
definitely going to blame the morphine.
But what's your outlook for hiring in Silicon Valley?
Crazy, my guy.
Microsoft just did a layoff of 6,000 people, 3% of their workforce. So from that standpoint, it's surprising to hear him say that he's looking to hire more engineers. At the same time, everyone is looking for ways to do more in terms of AI agents and just, the field of large language models. It's evolving in terms of how their search product is changing. So look, there are a lot of optimizations that will happen in terms of the engineers and how they'll be used across
Apple's
different
so far
products
behind on
within
this narrative,
Google.
guys.
But at the same time, there is still a lot of demand for people who understand, this field of large language models, and that's what I think he was alluding to.
I also want to talk about, this is a long-term story that we're talking about when it comes to labor, human versus robot labor. Let's talk about what's going to happen.
Yes! Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
It feels like the stakes are really high for this company. If you take a look at its one-year performance, it's up about 86% on a total return basis. NVIDIA shares up just about 16% in that time. So talk us through what you're expecting when we hear from this company after the bell.
Yeah, look, we saw NVIDIA grew 70% despite the China headwind, and they wrote down, quite almost like 7% of their revenue that they couldn't sell to China. Broadcom has a very high exposure to Google. Almost 50% of their AI revenue comes from Google TPUs. And Broadcom is a much lower run rate, $18 billion business as opposed to NVIDIA, which is almost close to $200 billion on the AI side. So clearly there's a lot of runway for Broadcom, and Broadcom last earnings mentioned they added 2 new hyperscalers. Now those 2 could be OpenAI and probably Meta or someone else. Maybe they are exposed to Project Target. We don't know exactly, but clearly they are gaining more customers who are thinking about moving out of NVIDIA's ecosystem and doing more custom ASICs. So from that standpoint, I think any new customer they add will add, probably 10 billion plus in revenue down the line for Broadcom. And it is somewhat of a zero-sum game to my mind. If you're moving away from NVIDIA, you're probably coming to Broadcom.
All right, there you have it. And hopefully we'll be able to name those big customers soon. That is Mandeep Singh of Bloomberg Intelligence. Now we also want to talk about Lululemon, the next big retail.
All right, everyone's of course going towards robots and AI. Let's hit back in the chat real quick before we bring on more chaos and find some more breaking news. All right, so Braveheart McFreedom says, I do see rate cuts on the screen. Could be elusive quantitative easing. That's right, Braveheart McFreedom. Not in America, though. Not in America. But it's fine. That's fine because, the rest of the world can also throw a whole bunch more money into our our space. That's fine. Yeah, of course, crypto assets are more than just American consumers and investors. Could it be? Yeah. So good morning, Otaku and fam, says Braveheart McFreedom. Good morning. Yeah, pump that Rocky. The Rocky numbers go up. Otaku, the man, the myth, the legend, WrestleMine. Thank you, my guy. Thank you, of course, for that glorious introduction. Oh yeah, bring on the chaos, says Chatty C. Yes, exactly. We need more chaos. Never have enough chaos. And of course, Clifford Bushman coming in with that super chat with Andy this morning as well. Thank you guys again for supporting the love in the channel. I appreciate it, guys. We're winning, guys. Every single day. Oh yes, we're winning. And I'm tired of winning. I'm actually tired of winning. Of course, an update if you guys didn't catch the very opening of my stream. Last night, of course, we were calling for a baseline bear target, and guess where we landed? Right down the middle. And now, since we had the EU cut rates, we had a little bit of a pump action going on in the announcement, and now a bit of a sell-off. So we're still stuck between the baseline and the bear target. You can't make this shit up. It's ridiculous, guys.
I'd buy that for $1.
Yeah. I just can't believe it. I can't believe it. Well, I mean, I have to believe it. We predicted every single day. I mean, I can't remember the last time we were wrong or off so much. I just can't remember. It's been too long. So tired of winning, guys. We need to lose. We need to lose. Okay, so good morning, Kay Lily in the house, and then yeah, Andy also blaming the morphine on his delusion of it being Friday already. Yes, 100. So guys, quick story for those who do not know Andy. Andy was in a very bad crash, right? And yeah, I'm really happy that he's still here with us today. Amazing man. I do love chatting up a storm with him. And yeah, so this guy's a legend. This guy's a freaking legend. He was buying Miria, hyped up on morphine, on the hospital bed, and I'm just like. He's sitting there posting it to everyone, and everyone's like more worried about him in the hospital than what Miria's price action was at the time. It's crazy. This man's a legend. Speaking of legends, the myth, the legend, Andy. He's my man. I love you guys. Okay, good morning, Chaos and Fam. J and F in the house. Yes, Kay Lily. Good morning. Good morning to you all. Yeah, I love the clip of winning. Yeah, me too. Thank you, Kay Lily. I appreciate it. I can't wait to get more time spent on more of the graphics and stuff on my channel. I really love doing it. That's what I live for. But the studio calls me, and I'm still working on this damn studio. This is all temporary, guys. I don't know if you guys caught me in the better part of last year. But last year, of course, I had a fully decked out studio. I just moved, and we're rebuilding once again. So I quick update. I got the entire room all patched up. We've got soundproof materials on the walls. But I still need to do the ceiling. And I just sealed up all of the holes on the walls. So got to do another round of that when I get back from my trip. Probably. All right. So anyway, update on Bitcoin right now. Sitting at 104.5. The wicks are starting to eat up some of this on these lower levels here. We could come back down and retest as low as 104.4. The overall trend though is that we're going to probably stay right around 103.9 and above. If you guys check out the heat map, whoa, I'm like taking over my computer with a big stretch. Okay. Where did it go? Okay, let's get back in here. I'll show you guys the live heat map. Of course, brought to you by Kimba the White Snow Lion for free. Don't pay for something you get for free.
What are you, stupid?
Don't do it. You guys pay enough for stuff. I mean, my God, these candles, man. Yeah, Milk Money just donated some cash yesterday to buy us a new candle because Attila the Hun destroyed our last candle with the 2 bennies he donated. It was insane. That flame was like this tall. It was insane. And I melted the entire candle on top of the altar. So I really do appreciate that, Milk Money. But these things are expensive. Everything's expensive. It's insane. And that's why, of course, I'm trying to save you guys money. Don't pay for something, get for free. If you want to look at the metrics, or at least the buy orders and sell orders and the books for Bitcoin, live for free. Live heat map will show you that in glorious detail. And you can get it for free through Kimba, the White Snow Lion on YouTube is where I go. There's plenty of other people doing it on YouTube as well. All right, so anyway, what are we looking at today? I, of course, like to zoom on in here and show you. This is where we currently are for Bitcoin price action. And yeah, looks like we smashed through a bunch of this small, little choppy stuff up here. But we still have, I'm like the Bitcoin weatherman. But we still have this big old cloud hanging above us right there, sitting at about what is that right there? About 106.9. I think that's where that target still is. We can go back, of course, retest this on our, show you guys on the chart. And then, of course, the bottom really has not changed at all either. But look at this, guys. We're getting stronger and stronger buy orders and right underneath where we are right now. Oh, my gosh. All right, so let's get back into the chart real quick, and I will show you. If I can get back to the chart. There we go. What we're looking at this morning. And we got to stay above. So we still have to stay above about 103.9. Should be marked down here too. Should be right there. 103 on the dot or 103.9. I think it's more along the lines of 103.9 now. Oh yeah, there it is. It's just so far back I can't even find it. There it is. Right there's our bottom. Looking at price action there, we still didn't come back down and retest it. See, that's still bullish for the long term, but we are getting tighter in this range, and of course, we're probably going to see a retest to the downside in a stronger fashion here in the next few days. That'd be my guess, if unless something big breaking comes out in America and we want to destroy the US dollar further. with more money printing. With it seems like both parties, both sides of the United States policymakers want to do that. So probably look to a bit of an upside for Bitcoin rather than a downside, just on the backs of the news of all this money printing that's about to happen here in the next few months. All right. OG Boban. Andy is morphines from the Morpheus. Oh my God, like Morpheus, yeah, from the Matrix. And he is the man. Yes, Cody. Yeah, Lolo. Yes. The Icy Oracle also here. Living off my credit. Everything to crypto can already pay off all my debt. I cashed in right now. Icy Oracle, my God, yes, my guy, yes.
I'd buy that for $1.
I'm so happy that worked out for someone else too. I did the same thing for the last 4 years. I've been living off of credit. I put about $15,000 into a credit card at a 12% interest rate. I rolled everything into buy now, pay loans, buy now, pay later loans for like 2 years. No interest, that sort of thing, credit consolidation. And I just did everything I could to steamroll every positive amount of net worth into crypto, right? Whether that's credit, all my entire paycheck just went completely into crypto the last 4 years. And I lived off that. I even sold my house and threw that into crypto. I mortgaged my house and put it into crypto. I did everything possible other than selling a car, I only have one car, to keep adding to this fire, and it's definitely paid off. And I'm happy that someone else did the Michael Saylor normie or pleb strategy, which is we don't get these. You get this 12% loan or whatever. It's not like Michael Saylor. You just get this 0% loan, so we just keep buying all the Bitcoin. No, we get the smallest loan we could possibly get in our situation, of course, being maybe like a mortgage refi at like 8%, 7%, or maxing out a credit card or two at these lower rates. Again, this is APR, so if you guys, I'm not sure if I want to get into all of it. I'm going to rant so much, but I'm so happy someone else tells the same story. I go into a rant. I'm happy for you. Icy Oracle. Yes, let's go. Hey, and JNF. Yes, Kaylee. Yes, in the house as well. Gay. When you move to Thailand, I will come and visit you. Yo, so G Boban. Guys, I'm definitely going to be looking into Thailand. I'm hopefully by the end of the year, but it might get too crazy. I might not be able to leave the States yet. It's too crazy. But definitely looking at Chiang Mai. It's definitely one of my top targets right now for a 5-year visa. It's only $500. It's ridiculous. Very cheap. It's $300 a month to live in Chiang Mai. He talks about $3 per meal. It's super affordable. I can't wait to visit and just to get the experience and see if I want to be there long term. Because I definitely can see myself living there in the winter time, doing the show out of Chiang Mai, and then coming back here. Northern Thailand, yes. Clifford Bushman, yes. Maybe we have a meet up in Thailand at some point with our crypto future millionaires. Our future crypto millionaires, or both, whatever. All right, guys, let's get back into it. Let's see if the talking heads are talking about anything else. I love chatting up with you guys, hanging out with you guys in the morning. That's what I live for. All right, let's get back into it. Where is the thing? Okay, there we go. Crypto bubbles looking pretty red today. It's kind of coming back down, consolidating, everything going sideways or in the red a little bit this morning. We got the top 200 right now. Is ZBEC moving? No, this coin just moved into the top 200. What the hell is this? Lagrange. I did see that pop up on my phone, actually. Coinbase just got a listing. That's what it was. Coinbase just got a listing for this particular project. I don't even know what it is. Why? Because there's over 6 million freaking tokens in our ecosystem. We can't look at them all anymore. There's no way. No way. There was like 3,000 tokens. I could say back in last cycle that I knew about a little bit of almost everything, but not anymore. Not anymore in 2025. It's too hard to keep up with. We also got, what is this, Raven coin? Not sure what the hell that is either, but it's also pumping up 42%. Let's take a look at LA, Lagrange, and see what is going on with that token. So I'm going to head over to CoinMarketCap real quick and just check on Lagrange. Like I just said, I did get the notification this morning. It did get a launch or a listing on Coinbase. That's why it's pumping right now. All right, so what is this coin? Let's take a look at the tokenomics real quick. So circulating supply is 200 million LA, almost 200 million, 193 million LA. The max supply is 1 billion, so that is yikes. Total supply is definitely not definitely not allocated yet, nowhere near. So keep that in mind. We also have the market cap sitting at 266 million. This is it's a decent market cap. It's kind of small, but it's decent. Okay, and then we've got, what is this coin? What is this coin? Lagrange builds two core products: decentralized ZK Prover, ZK Prover network, and ZK co-processor. Lagrange decentralized ZK Prover network powers the proof generation for ZK rollups. Lagrange launched the first production-ready ZK prover network in the industry, operated by the top operators including Coinbase Cloud, Kraken, OKX, and more. Lagrange's ZK prover network is also expanding address key challenges faced by rollups and advanced ZK adoption in the utility. The centralized proving enables the rollup ecosystem to operate with higher liveness. What? Guarantees. I guess the guarantee that nothing's going to get, I don't know, lose connection or data security. I don't know. More security and lower costs. Lagrange works with top roll-up ecosystems including ZK Sync, Polygon, Linea, Altlayer, Caldera. We anticipate achieving a run of over 8 figures in protocol revenue over the next year. Damn, that's bullish, ballsy. I mean, 8 figures in revenue in the first year. That's crazy. In the next year. Lagrange also develops on an SQL-based ZK coprocessor infrastructure that enables DeFi protocols to verify compute over historical on-chain storage. Receipt and transaction statement. I was really taken away by Polygon too, because Polygon's had like zero price action whatsoever, and there's still plenty of partnerships using it. So it's just weird that we're still not getting any boost out of Polygon, any of this news. Smart contracts can directly request proofs of complex data-heavy computations, and they verify with the asynchronously back on-chain. Examples of this use case with Lagrange's ZK coprocessor include complex liquidity, mining, and incentive program, volume-based trading discounts on DEXs, and the funding rate calculations for options on perps protocols. All right, so that's a whole bunch of hoopla, but definitely in the space for ZK rollups, and I guess the place to be for that sort of thing, for validating DEXs. I don't know, but reliability for all these exchanges, I guess it's needed. Obviously, it's very needed. It's pumping on the backs of a Coinbase listing. It's probably going to be short-lived though. Maybe the next couple days will kind of wane down, kind of like what we saw in the past with a lot of other token listings on Coinbase. Okay, let's get back into it. What's the things over on Fox Business happening? Anything breaking? I need something to break. The dollar needs to break. Economists urge Trump to extend tax cuts before Americans hit with massive hike. Yeah, they're taxing the poor, guys. They're taxing the upper poor. Of course, that's the new middle class.
Chew on all this. We got Steve Moore, host of More Money on WABC Radio and other things, and EJ and Tony.
This was 2 p.m. yesterday, so I don't really want to. I don't want to listen to that. Okay, a group of more than 300 economists on Thursday sent a letter to President Donald Trump and Republican leaders in Congress urging the quick passage of the GOP tax package to prevent the expiration of the 2017 tax rate cuts and a $4 trillion tax hike. They say will hurt the economy. Jesus. It's a $4 trillion, is it $5 trillion? We just keep getting these mixed numbers. The letter was led by Stephen Moore, an economist and the co-founder of the Unleashed Prosperity Now, and emphasized the extension of lower tax rates or lower taxes on individuals and small businesses in the package. In addition to the simplification of the tax code, provisions that are due to expire at the end of the year will effectively raise taxes on millions of Americans. We attracted over 300 esteemed economists from some of the major universities, business leaders, and other countries around the country. Oh, wow, and around the country. My laser eyes are hallucinating, guys. And they all agreed that it would be good for the economy, good for business, and good for American workers if they made the Trump tax cuts permanent. Moore told Fox Business in an interview. I mean, these tax cuts happened so long ago. I mean, that was 5-6 years ago now. 7 years ago? Was it 7 years ago? It's been so long. that 8 years ago. Yeah, 2017. Yeah, it was about 8 years ago. It's crazy. It's crazy. And I think people's paychecks would actually be a little lower if these did not get pushed right back. This was really devoted to basically the idea of making sure that the tax rate cuts were passed in 2017 don't go away on January 1st just because the Congress doesn't act. And we're looking at the biggest tax cut in U.S. history. Oh my gosh, guys! I just went. Lost my page. There we go. The letter said that some critics of the bill have criticized the 2017 tax cuts as primarily benefiting the wealthiest Americans, but actually contributed a larger share of the tax revenue after the reforms. Despite all the talks of tax cuts of the top 1% of millionaires and billionaires, it turns out that the shares of income taxes paid by millionaires and billionaires actually increased. In other words, their share of federal income tax went from 42% to that of 45% of the total. Moore said most Americans are aware that the richest 1% almost pay half of the income tax, so we have a highly progressive system already. Actually, if you do all the numbers too, it's a drop in the bucket that what they actually rake in from taxes is pointless. It's absolutely pointless. I forget what it exactly equates to. It's like 200 or 300 billion. In the grand scheme of things, it ain't gonna move any damn needle. In percentage, and that's everyone together. In percentage terms, the middle class got bigger reduction in the tax payments, not the rich. So it's just a lie. And the left ignores the facts that they throw out all these one-liners. And he added, Moore also noted that the importance of expiring tax cut provisions, small businesses, which said they play a key role in powering the U.S. economy. Small businesses, the men and women, oh my God, it keeps jumping around everywhere, who companies with anywhere between 10 and 100 employees, they're the backbone of the economy, and they're the big tax cut on the business, and they got a big tax cut on their business income, and that really helps small businesses prevail and expand their operations. And there's very few of them remaining after the 2020 pandemic. Elon Musk slams GOP tax bill over the deficit impact. Of course, it rolls into another idea, of course, or subject matter that's been going on here lately, which I actually have a ton of that to cover over on the Real News over on X. If we get some time, I'm going to jump over there and talk about that too. Let's see what else is breaking today. Head over back onto Bloomberg and see if they are talking about any key subject matter you should be aware of. All right, boom.
Are we like, is it like a B minus, C plus?
U.S. initial jobless claims right higher to level since October.
B minus at this point. Okay. And I'll explain why. But first, I did want to mention something. You were right. You're right about Band-Aids. This is one of those
the biggest Band-Aid ever.
You learn
things I've never read about.
The big, beautiful Band-Aid.
Anywhere. But I know somebody who is in the business of retailing things like that. And a lot of companies have generic brand Band-Aids, and the story is that they cannot afford the Chinese-made generic Band-Aids anymore.
Really?
They're going to have to raise the price so much that they lose the value of having their own brand. So
there you go.
This could be a thing. You may have put your finger on the whole problem with tariffs is can't get generic Band-Aids anymore.
No, but also generic Band-Aids are bad. That was my point.
Talking about actual Band-Aids.
I'm going to stay out of that one.
I'm serious. Okay. Anyway.
All right.
Yeah, they're pretty bad.
Jobless claims are bad. 247.
Who uses Band-Aids?
It's the highest in 8 months. But the problem is,
just wrap tape on it.
Unfortunately, I have only a black and white chart, so we can't show it on the color radio. But this is the time of year when we start to get into seasonal distortions that have gotten worse since COVID. The non-seasonally adjusted jobless claims went down, and the seasonally adjusted went up significantly. And this has been happening for a couple of weeks, and then you look at the last couple of years and you see the same pattern. So is this a message about what's going to happen? Maybe. Or is, Neil Dutta and I were talking about it, and he says yes. Or is it just sort of a head fake? Maybe the auto companies have started retooling earlier because they aren't selling as many cars, don't need to make any cars. They have some space to do it. So that's something to keep an eye on at this point. We've had a lot of announcements. Disney, Procter & Gamble today about layoffs, although Procter & Gamble said 7,000 over 2 years, and they didn't say what country. So we're not sure yet, which is part of the reason that you have to take this not so much with a big grain of salt, but just say, okay, that's interesting. Let's see what happens in the next couple of weeks. Other than that, the trade balance is not a surprise. We saw that in the advanced trade numbers because we stopped buying things from overseas. Imports went down 15.5%, which is the biggest fall on record. And the trade balance falls by more than half, which is the biggest fall on record. But think back to the first quarter where we had bad growth figures because we imported so much. This is going to have the opposite effect. And then while the unit labor costs that Alex mentioned are old news, I mean, this is first quarter news, it does suggest that there's higher pressure on prices for companies. And it's part of that whole, are we seeing an inflation and stagnation thing at the same time?
Which is kind of what you were talking about yesterday, Paul.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the notes I got from Wall Street economists, I kept seeing stagflation in the title, so that's coming back. But if I look at today's data, Michael, as you were just explaining it, as well as yesterday's ISM data, I think these economists are kind of getting it right. They've been telling us, maybe not the tariffs themselves, but the uncertainty associated with tariffs, that could lead to slower economic growth, or that could lead to higher prices. I don't know. It feels like that's coming to fruition right now.
Well, that's one of the things that Fed officials have been talking about, that companies have been sitting on the sidelines, not sure what to do, but at some point they're going to have to make a decision. And some of them may be coming.
Well, they're going to have to cut more jobs. They're going to have to replace people with robots and AI, and just try to cover their profits so they can continue to do business in America. We know what's coming, guys. We know what's coming. You know what it's been a while since I did this, of course. Guys, I hope you are prepared for the dystopian future. That's right. Welcome to 2025. The dystopian future has begun. We're already living in it, guys. Where AI and robots are coming to replace your job. Strawberry knows what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, Strawberry. You're on the chopping block. Guys, if you are a driver, a telemarketer, a lawyer, a data entry clerk, an accountant, a writer, a journalist, a bookkeeper, you're probably already done. You're probably already been replaced, right? Especially if you're a travel agent. Do those even exist anymore? You just go to the GoDaddy.com or Cheap Tickets or whatever. Anyway, factory workers, of course, being more and more replaced every single day by the robots. The robots are coming. The robots are coming. Customer service representatives. You can't even talk to most people at any storefront. I don't know if you guys tried to call Best Buy here. I just bought a laptop. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna call Best Buy. I'm gonna see, do they have my laptop in? Oh no, you can't do that. You can't do that. You have to actually get a request. I'm not making this up. You have to get a request to talk to a person. It takes about a week. To talk to someone in store. I remember I left my ID there one time, and it took me like 2 weeks to get someone to call me back for it, because I didn't want to drive like an hour away to get just to see if they had it or not. And it took me 2 weeks to find out they didn't have it. That's what the manager told me. And then I went to go pick up my item that finally came in store. This was like 2 years ago. They've been doing this for a while, guys. And they actually still had my ID. So the humans are so much of a liability that we do not need them anymore. Speaking of course, as a somewhat of human myself, a mad one. Anyway, guys, finishing up my rant. If you're a customer service representative, all kinds are being replaced as we speak right now, guys. They're replacing all the people at McDonald's with all the screens. It's already happened. Fast food workers are being replaced as we speak. Your friends, your family, and especially your romantic loved ones are not exempt to this, because they can be replaced in the bedroom as well when the robots are coming to service your needs. All right. I gotta get back to it, guys. But yeah, it's coming, and you can't stop the robots. No matter how hard you try, they're gonna win. All right. Okay. So where were we? Let's take a look at crypto bubbles again. See if top 100 is coming back a little bit. Intraday has not happened yet. We're still a little bit away. 10 minutes away from 10:30 a.m. We're still a little early on the day. Let me know in the chat how you guys are feeling today. Let me get back over there and cover some of your overall sentiment. Let's see. Clifford Bushman says, part of me is the beginning I feel online content that might be AI generated is being spoken like a problem. This has made me content verifiable on blockchain coming online for people in Web3 interface. 100%, that's exactly what is happening as we speak. We need to differentiate, or at least verify, what is AI from human. And Michael Saylor's already proposed and I wonder what the the state, the progress is happening with that. Michael Saylor actually proposed an orange check mark for verifying human, content on X, and I think that it's going to be on. Obviously, it was going to be on the Bitcoin blockchain, but I haven't heard any update to that. And that he announced that back in an investors meeting in 2024. They're working on a whole bunch of different things. He did back down from his Bitcoin bank idea. There was an investor meeting where he did propose, of course, that MicroStrategy was leaning towards more of becoming a Bitcoin bank, rebranding as a Bitcoin bank. Well, of course, that was when they changed their name from MicroStrategy to just Strategy with the inclined B at the end of it for Bitcoin. So Strategy B. So that all kind of wrapped up in those ideas on those investor meetings, but I haven't heard anything updating towards that. But he is more inclined to be a Bitcoin treasury, offering more lending than, of course, Bitcoin, a Bitcoin bank. I think bank is just kind of goes against anything that Satoshi had in mind. So I think that finally seeded the idea or planted the idea that. Yeah, we got to be a treasury, not a bank. All right, so yeah, BitSpy is the worst, says JNF. It really is, Jake the Snake saying good morning. That's right, and every time Jake the Snake is present, you know what I have to do? Shill harder. That's right, guys. If you like what you're seeing here today, we do 2 live streams every single weekday. Of course, covering the morning open as well as the foreign markets opening at 8 p.m. So check us out, and please like, subscribe to all the things down below to support the channel. It doesn't cost you anything, and of course, it also gets us closer to our 1,000 sub target, so that we can, of course, get to all the superpowers on the channel. I can't wait. Clifford Bushman saying, keep getting bumped. Likely mobile reboot time. Hopefully BRB. Okay, we'll see you in a bit here, Clifford. Stay tuned, Clifford. We're not done yet. Jake the Snake says, how's the head and shoulders on ZBEC looking? Let's take a look at that, actually. Because I don't know. I think it's been invalidated now. It does look like it has some more legs to run. It does not want to come back down to 204, though. It keeps trying, but every time we come down here, we just keep getting a higher low. So let's see if we can get this price action happening. But yeah, it might actually be creating a head and shoulders inside of the head and shoulders now. Let's zoom on out here and look at the hour. But it was looking pretty good last time I looked at it. It is coming back down now, though. Let's see. Let's look at the 4 hour. There we go. 4 hour shows that, of course, that head and shoulder pattern, which is, of course, a bearish pattern. An inverted head and shoulder is what you want to see, which is a bullish pattern. But as of right now, we're kind of finishing this up here. I don't know if we want to invert. I mean, it looks like there's a reversal happening here, honestly, because we did, of course, start this shoulder over here, and then we created the head, came back down here, and now it looks like do we want to create, do we want to go lower to verify this? Even if we go lower, we're still on the larger macro trend. I mean, I don't know. I'm still bullish until otherwise. I need to see this come back down and retest 204. I'll be buying somewhere in this range too. I have a little bit of dry powder left from this this play. If you guys have been following me for a while, basically I've been tracking ZBEC, and we ran this up to about 2065, 207, and I took some profits at 2062, I think it was, and we ran back down. I took 10% off the table, and then I bought back in when we had the first retest down to 204. So I bought back in a little bit down there. I think it was like 2042 is when I bought in. Bought back another 5% back in, and now I'm waiting for my 5% just to see. Again, I wanted to keep some on the side. I skimmed some from the top just so I can get by for a few months. So that's what my plan is. And of course, I'm going to buy back in if we ever go back down. If we don't, that's fine. My bags are already 95% packed. I don't need to be super greedy, guys. I'm a humble man. All right, so that's the idea on that I have in play right now. So I don't know what your current positions are, but let me know in the chat if you guys have any ideas you want to throw at me. But as of right now, I'm just saying hold the line, stay strong, hodl. Where the hell's my diamond? diamond hands it, right? Until we at least get some verification where we're going to break down or not, or bounce off of 204. And still in play. I drew this when we broke out, guys. I drew this when we were all the way up here. I drew these lines, and they're still being honored even today. And this was last Thursday, a week ago. I mean, to me, it's very clear price action. There's a lot of bullish sentiment going on for ZBAC, and we probably are going to invalidate this idea here, which we already we already did this morning. We broke down underneath this pendant that, of course, we were looking at breaking up to the upside. So I'm going to clean this up. I've had all this stuff. I haven't deleted a single thing yet. I'm going to clean some stuff up, but the idea is still the same. I'm going to move this on over. Probably draw another line here. Oh, geez. Okay, there we go. Yeah, another line here just to extend it out because we're going further. And I don't know why. I just I could have just do a trend line. You know what? I like the hands-on approach. Why not? It's just artsy fartsy. Of course, ZBAC not honoring. It's a lawless nation for ZBAC, guys. Oh my God. I don't know if you guys saw the. I gotta show it again. I'm so giddy about it. But Milk Money shared with me the other day. Let's actually head on over to X. I can probably find it on X really fast. But Milk Money shared this with me the other day, and I showed it I think it was yesterday morning. ZBAC to $1. What was his name? Lucas. I forget. Martin Lucas, is it? I think it's Martin Lucas. Oh my God. Wow. He's been making the rounds and really promoting this idea of ZBAC to $1. I'm just like, there's no way. This cycle, no way. I can't find it right away. I found it right away yesterday. ZBAC to $1. There it is.
To $1, let ZBAC to $1, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be.
Oh, God,
take ZBAC to $1, let it be.
Awesome. Very, very entertaining entertainer, but not a very great investor, in my opinion. I watched him actually. The first time I ever saw this man, it was about 2 years ago. I think I caught him just randomly on YouTube, and he had all of his money. What he says, he had all of his money in the world. Was invested right now, and he had the ticker up or whatever. What he had, his total portfolio was like $100,000, and I'm just like, wait, what? He also participated in the 2021 bull run, and I'm just like, how do you only have $100,000? And I think as of today, I don't know if it shows it on this, you had 187,000. So I don't want to bash the guy, but he's very, very entertaining, but just not making the right moves, in my opinion, when it comes to his portfolio. So just keep that in mind. We're here to make money. We're here to make money, not and following someone who says ZBAC's under $1 this cycle. I mean, I'll do it for fun, for the likes, but my God, it's not happening this cycle. All right, okay. It's definitely not a bad song. No, 100% Los. That guy has some pipes. And he's definitely more musically inclined than I am. 100% more musically inclined than I am. Okay, so yeah, let's get back into the chat. You guys are popping off now. Heretic, ZBAC to $2. Jake the Snake. I can't keep up with the chat now. My God, guys. Jake the Snake, of course, saying good morning. Best Buy is the worst. Yes, Clifford Bushman. Yeah, keep getting bumped like the mobile thing. It's Headbangers Ball. Yes, Headbangers. OG. God. All in on Simon's cat. Thundercats. Oh my God. Thundercats. We have a Thundercat meme coin now? Probably. There's a meme coin for everything. Milk Money says, I can sing that tune all day. Yeah. I mean, very catchy, of course. Not the Beatles. That was what's his name? The one of the Beatles. I forget. Anyway, ZBAC to $1. Yeah, ZBAC to $1. Let it be. It's been stuck in my head for days now, ever since you showed me Milk Money. Feel it, say it, believe it. Says Milk Money in the chat. XCN to $26. Damn. Okay, we're getting stupid now. But that's all the fun. That's all the fun, of course, in our space. You got to let get the normies in, get them to believe in some ridiculous thing, pump our bags, we get out, and then they're holding the bags at the end. That's how this works. John Lennon, thank you. John Lennon, OG Boban. Yes. Yeah, one of my favorite songs. Oh man, I forget how it goes now. Yeah, of course, everyone being united, and I forget the name of it. Okay, LFG, let's effing go. Otaku, yes, 100%. Big C, thank you, guys. Bring it. Thank you for bringing the chaos to the chat. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. John Lennon, yep, John Lennon. Otaku, the king of chaos. That's what I strive to be every single day. XDN and Jasmine, soon. Will moon soon. How soon? Soon. God. Milk Money, I used to watch Headbangers Ball. What the hell is that? I don't know what that is. Headbangers Ball. All right, guys. So we're getting closer to the end of our live stream. It's 10:30 right now. Let's double check, make sure we haven't checked anything that has broken today. Stocks rise on U.S.-China hopes.
Every time President Donald Trump escalated trade rhetoric and then buying them back 5 days later would have yielded you 12% versus flat for the broader S&P since the beginning of February, like to your exact point. Okay, so what do you do to avoid all the noise? What's the best strategy?
Just stick to your plan, stick to your investment process, because the data is ultimately what rules, not the narrative, not the, all of the noise that we hear every day.
I agree with this woman.
It's almost clear now that this is all going to settle down eventually, not in the near term, but longer term, I think it's going to spell growth. I mean, it's clear that President Trump is rewriting the rules of global trade, and we just need to get used to that. And
killing the dollar.
The tech sector, energy, small caps are making a comeback. I mean, even international has actually been very positive. So the data is the data, and GDP is up. The Q1 earnings were stellar. Inflation is down. In fact, we are almost at the target of what the Fed was targeting. And they weren't even expecting to reach that 2% until mid next year, 2026. The jobs, we don't know what the report will say tomorrow, but it looks pretty solid. And the consumer balance sheets and spending is still pretty solid. So
Nancy,
that's the data.
Yeah, and Nancy, it's interesting that Alex and I just spent the past couple of days at a wealth manager conference, and I think we were both surprised that when we talk about portfolios, alternatives make up a much bigger part than maybe we had originally thought. How do you position alternative investments, whether it's private equity, private credit, hedge funds, that kind of thing,
Bitcoin?
For your clients?
All right. Done with the talking heads. Everyone, of course, has got something to say about the EU cutting rates, and the Americas haven't yet. And then, we have the Dixie. The Dixie just continuing to fall, but it looks like it's coming back up now, since it did have a little bit of a flash crash during the EU's announcement. I was really hoping that she would say something against the dollar and the world reserve currency. She was asked that a couple times, and we did not get a specific answer, unless we missed it. We didn't hear it. I think, of course, they're trying not to spread wide fear and panic, but obviously we know where all the wealth is going. It's going into Bitcoin. And actually, I wanted to show you guys before I go today just where that is going. Bitcoin exchanges on balances have been depleting, which means that Bitcoin's been taking off exchange a lot more every single day now, and we're hitting record lows on exchanges. And yesterday we covered a new record low, which was at 2.1 million, and I wanted to see this morning, are we continuing the trend? It looks like we probably are. Look at this, guys. Look at this. We just keep chunking lower, and then we have a just giant roll on over, if I can get to it, right there. Boom. 2.1 million. That's right. 2.1 million. 2.1 million, guys. That is it. Soon there'll be less than 2 million on all exchanges in the world. Breaking news this morning. And I'm probably the first one to cover it because no one else is paying attention. Let's freaking go, guys. Let's go. It makes me so excited, guys, for the future of this asset class. Crypto is going to take over the world. It's just a better investment. Of course, and obviously we're betting on true scarcity versus what they can control and print out of thin air every single day. Okay. Yes, Bitcoin Forever says, Big C, 100% my man, 100%. Braveheart McFreedom says, my big bro used to watch the Headbangers Ball. It was a heavy metal show, maybe on MTV in the early 90s-ish. Classic Metallica, etc. I don't think I caught that. I don't think I caught that. I was pretty young in the early 90s. And in the late 80s too. I was pretty young. Yeah, Clifford Bushman says, yeah, I think we have oh no, all right, everyone calm down, eat that moon pie. That's right, Jake the Snake. It's been a while since we showed that too. One of my favorites. If I can click on the right link. I probably can't. Whoa. Oh, what is that? Monetary assets worldwide. Gold, yeah, I click on the wrong things all the time. Is it this one? I can't even find it anymore. I bring it up randomly sometimes, but yeah, one of my favorites, of course. Guys, just chill out. It's going to be fine. It's going to be okay. Don't do anything stupid, right, before the bull runs. Thank you, Oscar. All right, guys. So where's Bitcoin going today? Let's just take a look real quick. In the middle of the day, let's see if we can get some price action. This is definitely not my expertise. Mine's more in the evening hours in the foreign markets. Definitely an expert there. We win every single night, as I show you, every single day. Looking at the Bitcoin chart, and yeah, this is crazy. This is crazy. Breaking down a little lower, but still has not touched our bottom. Our bottom's still sitting right around 103.4, 103.5 from the other day. Yeah, and it still is bullish for the last 2 weeks, right? This would actually still be a higher high for the week. Okay, anyway, so yeah, where's Bitcoin going today in the intraday trading? I think it's already oversold enough. I think we're going to probably see a swing backward, probably bounce again, play within this range. We're stuck in between 103.5, 103.9, whatever that is. Might be waking up right now to that 105.8, probably a retest, something like that, and maybe hopefully see a little bit of a breakout into the later hours of the day. This, of course, is right before the market close. Let's take a look real quick and see how the ETFs have been playing out, because it's been a while since we've seen a little bit of an uptick, but I think it's still there in the charts. So we've seen some, oh, look at that. We actually saw some outflows yesterday. Some outflows, the ETF settled there. So they are selling down. They have been buying up like crazy during, of course, the week of Bitcoin 2025. A lot of momentum there. Obviously, you can see in the charts. What I'm looking at is basically the 3 p.m. close where, yeah, right there, we just saw some pump action. That was this was Tuesday, earlier this week. The Bitcoin 2025 momentum was still in play, I guess, then. But it looks like the ETFs are starting to draw down now a little bit. Okay, so what else we got before we head out, guys? Braveheart McFreedom says, in university, in an international economics class, early 2000s, we were asked to analyze the EU. In an honest assessment, I determined that it would eventually end as a failed experiment. But who knows? Who knows? Let's go. Quantum easing boost. Yeah, QE boost. Yeah, let's go, Braveheart. Let's freaking go. I'd buy that for $1.
I'd buy that for $1.
Yeah, when we actually officially announce these, I mean, it's going to happen either way. I don't know why we're not rallying already, to be honest, because we know we're going to have to print to get out of this. You know, we're not going to default on our debt. Either way, it's a win-win for Bitcoin. We probably see a big pullback for Bitcoin if we do get an announcement that we are going to actually go into default. But I think it would probably take a realization a month later that we just explode on the backs of there is no second best. Yeah, and that's going to, of course, propel everything further. I'm super excited, guys. We're so early in the cycle. We have done nothing yet, and we're just waiting for quantum easing around the world to take full effect. Monetary supply, of course, is definitely on track, on par with, our Bitcoin's definitely on par with the M2 money supply. And we're in about a month or two, we're going to see some stupid numbers like we've never believed. We're probably going to double Bitcoin before the end of the year. That'd be my guess. Minimum of $200,000 Bitcoin is definitely in the cards. More along the lines, I'm thinking of a 250, 300, in extreme cases, even higher, depending on how crazy we get with money printing here in the United States. It's stupid, guys. And every day we look at it. Let's take one more check at it before I head out. I actually got to go to the bank. I gotta remember to go to the bank. I found a random check when I was cleaning last night, and I didn't even open it. It was a piece of my mail, and it was like $999. I'm like, what the hell is $1,000 sitting on my couch for like a month? I didn't even know I had it. Because I sold my house, and the insurance company was giving back my my escrow payments on my insurance or whatever. So yeah, some delightful surprise. You don't see those every day. Okay, so let's see. I could probably pay for half of the amount of all the soundproof materials. It cost me $2,000 to soundproof this room, guys, and just materials. It's stupid. I never threw that much money away in my life. But I had to do it. Because I want some privacy here in the studio. And this my secret hideout is a little in a little apartment. So yeah, gotta do it. Okay, so I can't have people hear me scream Bitcoin off the walls every single day. But I mean, if they want to come in here and have some fun, I got some firepower I can show them. I can't wait to get the studio done, guys. I'm gonna have probably an armory in a corner or something. I don't know, something fun. Some fun stuff coming. Okay, so what are we looking at? I got into a rant and I forget the hell was I going to look at. Oh no. What the hell was I going to show you guys? I forget. Can't have people with, getting your alpha without subbing, says Jake the Snake. That's right. Pay the tool, guys. All you got to do is sub. That's it. That's all it costs you is one sub to pay the tool on the channel. Thank you again, Jake the Snake, for helping me shill harder. Got to get that insulation. Yes, insulation. Yeah. Dude, this place is going to be hot as a mofo in the summer. I'm going to have to get some sort of windowless air conditioner. I don't know what I'm going to do. I really don't. I'm going to have to rig something up. Because, yeah, I'm already starting to feel it. And I've got one tiny little fan that's pointed towards my head. That's it. Attached to my computer. All right. Gotta get that, man. Gotta get that. All right. So what the hell was I going to show you? I forget. We could take a look at Bitcoin falling down in market cap, total world assets to number 7 today, as stocks are rallying on more money printing around the world. Google is up 1.2%, outpacing Bitcoin by 1 market cap. We're about ready to fall underneath silver too if we do not get the game going. Get the game started. Remember when we were down here underneath Facebook? Of course, flipping Microsoft. I mean, all that stuff's coming in the future. All right, what the hell was I gonna show you? I already forgot, guys. I gotta go get some stuff done. Swamp cooler, says Jake the Snake. Swamp cooler. I'll take a look into some of that stuff. I want to get back from my trip. But again, guys, stay safe. Don't do anything stupid before the bull run. That's right. And I will see you guys tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern? Yes, 7 Central. I will see you then. Yeah, you're gonna look like the Ace Ventura when he goes to in the rhino scene. That's right. It's one of my favorite movies. Yeah, freaking Jim Carrey is a legend. Yeah, he's just like, he's just trying to get some air out of the rhino because his rhino died. That was funny. He's robotic rhino. Oh man, nothing is quite like those movies anymore. Yeah, the humor from the 90s was amazing. All right, guys, I gotta go. I gotta do stuff and things before. I gotta finish setting up this channel. Oh my god, all the things. Anyway, I will see you guys tonight at 8 p.m. Stay safe, and yeah, keep stacking. It's so hard to leave, guys. I love you guys so much. Later. Peace, guys. Peace. If I hit the right button.
Fly me to the moon. Let me trade among the stars. Let me see what freedom's like without money and gold bars. In other words, gold 19. Oh! In other words, let's make history. Oh, till my love and Lord comes and let me huddle forever more and more and more and more and more. I long for Hollywood talking and door. In other words, I choose you. In other words,
I just remembered what I wanted to show you guys. Of course, us inching ever so closer to that $37 trillion target. We're only $60 billion away from it. Guys, any day now, any day now. Oh, it's coming, it's coming. Later. Ooh, boy.